It's allergy season, so my voice may sound a little strange, just so you know. Just like we can use minimalism to declutter our home and create physical space, we can use those exact same principles to declutter our life and get rid of things that are cluttering up our heart and our mental space. And by watching this video, you're gonna get inspiration for 10 things to get rid of. Welcome back to Simple Happy Zen. My name is Vera and this video is part 2 where I share the second half of the 10 things to get rid of. So if you've missed part 1, I will link it here and in the description of course, so you can check it out after this one. Let's begin. First thing on the Declutter Your Life list is letting go of old grudges, to forgive and let go of that angry, negative energy, because you're the one that you're hurting by holding onto a grudge. No matter what someone did, you're the one who's still carrying it with you, and it is impacting your happiness. One of the things I think is most important here is to understand that by holding on to a grudge, you are defining someone by their worst moment, and whether what they did was intentional or unintentional, it's not all that they are. They are more than that thing that they did, and even if they may have hurt you, they're still human. And letting go of an old grudge doesn't necessarily mean that it's okay to let that person back into your life. It also doesn't mean that you're saying it's okay what they did. It just means letting go of your anger and fear about it and choosing positivity over negativity. So part of it is also just letting go of your ego and acknowledging that yes, this person screwed up, they messed up, it's done, it cannot be undone, but I'm choosing not to take that anger with me into my future. Next thing that's also very powerful to let go is letting go of excuses, because we can always have a million excuses in our head not to do something, not to start, not to go for something, but the things that are hard and difficult and challenging are also often the most meaningful, and they can have a really big impact on our life if we just try. So it's worth getting past the excuses not to do something, not to start, not to change, and just put one foot in front of the other and just keep going down the path towards your goals. So much of how we feel and what our life looks like starts in our head with our mindset. And so one of the things to look into is having a growth mindset versus having a fixed mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that they can change, evolve, and grow when they continue to work on things. They take on challenges and they ultimately overcome them and grow even stronger. So if you notice that you're making excuses, then try to put those excuses on the back burner for now and do it anyway. And next time you're noticing it, do it again. After a while, you will notice a shift in your mindset, and that can lead to some really beautiful things. This one I think we can all relate to, and that is getting rid of the comparison monster, of always comparing yourself and your life to others and feeling bad as a result. I know for me, when I compare myself to others too much, I can actually feel my confidence shrinking. So I know that in order for me to be happy, I need to make sure that I am not comparing myself to others too much. Now, my advice about letting go of comparison consists of 2 things. So let's talk about the first thing first, which is identifying and limiting comparison traps. And I think for most people, the biggest one is, of course, social media. And even though we know that most people only show their highlight reel and that their social media accounts don't really represent their actual life, it doesn't matter that much. We still think that their life is better or more beautiful, or they have better things or a better career, they're more successful or they're prettier. Whatever it is, we can always find something to compare ourselves to and feel bad about, because we perceive the world in a way that relates back to us. So be mindful of that, and whenever you're spiraling down that comparison rabbit hole, then get out of it. And I think one of the best ways to do that is to stop the mindless scrolling on your phone and only use social media for things that you're actually looking for. So if you stop the mindless scrolling on your phone, you will end up saving a lot of time, and you will also be less likely to go down that rabbit hole. And number 2 is having this internal belief that you are good enough as you are, and that there's no need for a comparison and feeling bad about it. And that may sound easier said than done, but just know that You are enough. You don't need to change anything or do anything or achieve anything more. You are good enough as you are. You are beautiful as you are. With all your flaws, they don't matter. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not lacking in any area. You don't have to improve anything. You don't have to have any more things. And if you need to remind yourself of that, then just write it down. Pause the video and write it down. Next thing to declutter from your life is pointless discussions, and particularly contributing to pointless discussions, because they're probably always going to be there. And this was a personal lesson for me also, maybe 2-3 years ago, that I realized that sometimes the best thing to do is just to bow out of a conversation that's not helping anyone. And I learned this after evaluating why I was always so tired after a certain type of situation. And I found that these negative and pointless discussions, especially when it is with a group of people, can really drain my energy. And afterwards, I often found myself wishing that I had just let it go and not chimed in, because not much good came out of it anyway, and I just ended up feeling tired. So now when I'm in a situation like that, I think first, if I'm chiming in here, is it because it's helpful to the discussion, or do I just do it because I want to be heard? Because I don't think that it's necessary for me to give my opinion about something all the time. So if I'm joining in, is it because it's helpful? Will it make a positive difference? So if a conversation is uplifting and positive, or if it's going to make me or someone else feel better, or if it's going to provide a solution to a problem, then it is worth investing in. And if not, I just bow out. And people might think that I'm shy or quiet, but that's not it. I'm just choosing not to participate and save my energy, because this particular discussion is getting me nowhere. Last thing we can get rid of from our life today is gossip. So have you ever noticed how some people in your life are just so likable that you cannot say anything bad about them? Well, these people are very likely people who don't gossip and who don't speak negatively about others. And gossiping can seem easy and fun, and you can join in on a conversation and kind of connect with the person that you're gossiping with about someone that you both know. But it can be more negative than you might think at the moment. And this person that you're gossiping with can also think what things you're saying about them behind their backs. So it's also bad for establishing trust. So this is about making a conscious choice not to participate in gossiping, and it can take a little practice. It may be a little tricky, especially in the beginning, but if you get the hang of it, it can have a really big positive impact on your life, because gossiping is basically about making someone else look bad to make yourself look better. And so by not participating, you're leaving more room in your life for kindness and positivity and integrity. Watch part 1 for 5 more things to declutter from your life right here, and watch this video to build more self-love. And of course, click here to subscribe to the channel. I make videos like this every week. Questions, comments, conversations down below, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.